What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Sunday. Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. If you follow me on Instagram at Sports Talk Matt, you can go to my Instagram stories and see how I went through last night with the roller coaster that was the Kraton Blue Jays up against the Oregon Ducks. Dana Altman, the guy who I spent years with covering when the Jays were in the Valley, to Greg McDermott, who took the Jays from the Valley to the Big East and now has taken the Kraton Blue Jays to the Sweet 16 3 of the last 4 years, something that Dana Altman could never do at Creighton University, even though he built that program. I was torn. I was emotionally, physically, and mentally dead at the end of that game. Double overtime. What a shot by Ryan Kalkbrenner. I mean, not since Ali Farouk-Manesh against Kansas, the biggest no-no-yes shot I can remember. Up 3 in double OT, and a 7-footer hits a 3 to close the game. Are you kidding me? Now, couple of things, if you're on the Discord channel, couple of things to take note of, okay? I have put down 2 hedge bets so far. Now, every future bet we have made is live. Marquette is the final piece to get there. Creighton 30-1, Marquette 20-1. I bet a unit back on both the Kraton Blue Jays and Marquette. So technically those futures went from 20-1 to 19-1 and 30-1 to 29-1, okay? They're into the Sweet 16. I have a future. We have a future on Tennessee. The Jays are playing Tennessee. We have guaranteed ourselves a team in the Elite 8. I may not do anything with that game, all right? I may just let that play out, and whoever wins, okay, great. And we may not even touch it, okay? So I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do, but the Jays were 2.5-point dogs to Tennessee at open, and the money came in quickly, short limit, but came quickly on the Jays. I was surprised. I thought Creighton might be favored. Tennessee is favored. Not sure I agree with that, to be quite honest. If the Jays shoot like they did in Game 1 of the tournament, I don't think Tennessee is going to be able to keep up. I like Creighton to win that game and beat Tennessee. Now, on my bracket, I picked Tennessee to beat the Kraton Blue Jays. But after watching how these games have played out, I don't know. Yes, Dalton Connect can go nuclear, and the Jays will have no answer. But if the Jays shoot like they can shoot normally, like not like the first half against Oregon, and they actually, if Tennessee runs with the Jays, Oregon didn't want to do that. I don't know. I think that plays right into Greg McDermott and the Jays' hands against Tennessee. So North Carolina is in the Sweet 16. Arizona is in the Sweet 16. Iowa State is in the Sweet 16. Marquette's playing today for the Sweet 16. Although the Iowa State one's not official. That's just on me. I forgot about that. Sorry. We have 5. I have 6, but we have 5 official bets. Carolina's there. Creighton is there. Arizona's there. Tennessee is there. And Marquette soon to play. So those will be the 5. 5 of the 16 seeds, 16 teams in the Sweet 16 would be really sweet if we could get that. So I'm not touching the Marquette game today, okay? Nothing on Marquette. We're just going to let that play out. I think Marquette does win, but the Buffaloes are hot. I'm nervous about Colorado. I'm not going to lie, but I've already hedged, so if we lose the Marquette bet, we lose the Marquette bet. It's just I'll take the 1-unit loss. Going into the double overtime period, after that 3 got hit, I was like, you know what? We got to take it. It was plus 110 or minus 105. I got plus 110, but I first saw minus 105, and I told you guys to bet it at minus 105, and then I saw plus 110 on a different book, and I jumped on that personally, but it all lost. It didn't matter. It was just a 1.05 unit official loss just to cover the bet, right? Just to cover that one bet. We have with the Jays at 30-1. I was like, this is stupid. We can't lose money on this future. If the Jays lose in double overtime, we just have to, sit there and take the flat nature of it, and we knock down it to 29-1. So just so you know, that's how the future market is different. Okay, I don't track it the same way. I told you each individual bet is being categorized in its own way. Okay, it's hard to track it After it's all said and done, I'll tell you how we fared, right? When at the end of the tournament, we can come back and say, okay, here's what we bet here. Here's what we bet there. We were profitable overall. Here's how many units we win, okay? Again, I'm not trying to win. Only one team can win the national championship. Sure, I want to have that ticket, absolutely. But I want to make money off every other ticket that we've got, which gives us some good opportunities coming up with potentially 5 of the 16 seeds left in the tournament to be us with future wagers. Again, Carolina and Arizona appear to be on a collision course. The Kraton Blue Jays and Tennessee are on a collision course, okay? Or they're going to play. So we're going to lose money there, okay? It's just guaranteed that we're going to lose money in the beginning. But at the end, we hope to be profitable with a future wager. Heck, the Jays win the national championship. It's 29-1. We'll hedge more off of it. Not going to lie. Just they get to the Elite Eight. Yeah, we'll probably come in pretty heavy, 5 or 6 units on it. But for right now, let's just enjoy the fact that we've got these teams in the Sweet 16, and what an unbelievable game for the Kraton Blue Jays to win. That could set them up, man. They could make a Final Four run now. Huge victory for them to escape that game against Oregon. Dan Altman is such a good coach. Oh, 2 guys, 2 on 5, and they almost knocked out the Jays. That's how good Dana Altman is, and that's how good those 2 kids were for Oregon. They were awesome. What a great game of games. So, this podcast is being brought to you by our friends at omahasteaks.com/juice, the title sponsor of this podcast. Go there, subscribe to Omaha Steaks, and when you do, they'll give you free burgers for life, 10% off your first order, and you get that 100% satisfaction money-back guarantee on any package you purchase at omahasteaks.com/juice. All right, so on the week right now, we are up 1.2 units. Back-to-back 3-1 nights, okay? We could have swept. I mean, Dayton lost by 10. We had plus 9.5. Like, if we just had one more free throw, one more shot, whatever, we would have got there. And unfortunately, we don't. By the way, the public side, I don't really believe in the public side and where's the public money, but if you go by what's being tracked, public is killing the books. 24-4 over the last 28 games. The public side is 1 in the tournament. Some bookmakers are crying poverty right now, getting killed by the betting public. Good for you guys. Keep it up. That's good. So we've been betting dogs. We've been betting favorites. I mean, we had Tennessee and Texas. We got Texas right yesterday. We came in with that. So 3 plays officially to give you guys, but I'm going to tell you this. If you want a hockey play and you want to lay the juice, it's minus 160 at FanDuel for the Avalanche in regulation to beat the Penguins this morning. Penguins don't want to play hockey anymore, okay? The Penguins are just playing the string out. The Avalanche are playing for a lot. They're going to kill the Penguins today, okay? Avalanche in regulation, minus 160, minus 170. If you want to lay the juice, go right ahead. I bet it. I think it's a good play. I'm coming in on that this morning. Early start, or it's afternoon, early East Coast start, 2 o'clock start on the East Coast on a Sunday. So I'm betting that. That's unofficial. That's just something, if you want hockey, go ahead and jump in it. All right, let's start talking about these games here today. Let's start with, well, I told you, we're not betting Colorado and Marquette. I do lean Marquette, but a lot of people like Colorado. I don't want any part of that. Clemson and Baylor is a 3:10 start time, 6:10 start time on the East Coast. Memphis, Tennessee, the FedEx Forum. The number is 4.5 for Clemson and Baylor. All right, Baylor is playing really well. They got tremendous talent. Baylor, 14th ranked on KenPom. Clemson, 25th ranked on KenPom. This is a 2-point win for Baylor, according to KenPom. The number is 4.5. So we're laying juice, which isn't always great, but this Baylor offense is 5th in efficiency and 13th in effective field goal percentage, and they're 3rd in 3-point percentage. Clemson's defense is 141st in 3-point defense. That's not great here, all right? Baylor hits their free throws 74% of the time, and defensively, Baylor isn't great, but their offense makes up for their defense. Their defense is 144th in 3-point percentage. Well, that's good because Clemson doesn't hit their threes. They're 104th in 3-point percentage. They're good at twos, though. 38%, 54.3% 2-point shooting for Clemson. Defensively, Baylor, 246th. That is not good. Effective field goal percentage, 225th defensively. That is not good. 73rd adjusted defensive efficiency. That is not great. But I think the offense for Baylor is what gets this done here. And the way Baylor has played this year away from home is really impressive. Baylor is 10-6-1 ATS. Baylor played a tougher caliber of opponent in the Big 12 than what Clemson did. And while Clemson is 10-7 ATS, I can't get the loss to Boston College in the ACC tournament out of my head. Like, they lost to Wake Forest by 5, lost to Boston College by 21. I don't, in the ACC tournament, they lost to Notre Dame. They lost to Pittsburgh. They beat Pittsburgh. They lost to NC State at home. Lost to Virginia at home. I don't know. I think Clemson just has a couple of, on non-conference wins. They beat Alabama early. They beat Pittsburgh early. They beat South Carolina early. That's what got them in the tournament. I think Baylor's playing really well. They blasted Colgate by 25 points. They took care of Cincinnati by 12, lost to Iowa State in the Big 12 tournament, but that's not anything to be sad about. Beat Texas, beat Kansas, beat TCU late in the year. I'm going to lay the 4.5. Baylor minus 4.5 for 1.1 units. All right, let's talk about Alabama and James Madison. I'm sorry, Alabama and Grand Canyon, rather. This is going to be a ton of fun. Grand Canyon pace is 116th in college basketball. Alabama's pace is a ridiculous 7th in college basketball. If you want to talk about betting the over, I like this, okay? I probably will bet an in-game total to 169. Alabama away from home is 7-10 ATS. Sorry, 10-7 to the under. That's ATS. Sorry, excuse me. The total. Alabama is 14-3, away from home to the over. Last 4 have gone over. 10-7 on the road. Grand Canyon over the last 3 games. 6-4 to the over the last 10. 9-1 for Alabama to the over. Then why are the pros betting under? Like, what's going on here? I don't really understand why the professionals are betting under for Alabama and Grand Canyon. It's down to 168.5 at certain places. I don't really understand that. It was as high as 170. It's come back down. I'm confused by where we are here from a total perspective, because betting the under in this game doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But if you look at Circa's line history and you're like, okay, what was this number? This number got as high as 70.5. Okay, it's come back down, but it was as high as 70.5. And now the pros are coming in because that's a lot of points in college basketball. It's a lot of points in a tournament game. But, I still think the over is a good play at 169 or 168.5. I like the over in this game, but officially, I think Grand Canyon wins the game outright. I don't like Alabama's defense at all. I think Grand Canyon's a more well-rounded team. They're 11-6 away from home. They've covered their last 6 games. Alabama is 7-10 ATS away from home, and they're 1-4 over the last 5. Lost to Tennessee, lost to Florida twice. They beat College of Charleston by 13 points, but beat Arkansas by 4. This team is rolling. Beating St. Mary's was huge for Grand Canyon's confidence. Huge win. 6-point dogs won the game outright. They're catching 6. Officially +6 Grand Canyon, but take money line at +200. Sprinkle on the money line. I have sprinkle money line. Take the over 168.5. Bet the over. Personal plays are money line and the over. The official play though, it's Grand Canyon +6. You can same game parlay this if you want. Do whatever you want with it, but I like Grand Canyon +6 for 1.1 units. And I'm going off my bracket. Okay, I picked Grand Canyon to beat Alabama. I picked James Madison to beat Duke. And I'm doing the exact same thing that I'm doing with Grand Canyon in Alabama. I'm coming in here and I'm taking James Madison. I'm taking JMU to win the game, but I'll take the points. It's 7.5. I'll take it +7.5. According to KenPom, it's an 8-point win. So the number's a little bit short according to KenPom. James Madison, talking about a team that has been rolling and a team that's been playing super well. it's incredible what they have accomplished this year. And just looking at their straight up as to what they have done this year, James Madison is 18-2 away from home this year. They've won 14 straight games. 14 straight games. They're 32-3. Duke is 10-5 straight up away from home. They've won 7 out of their last 10. And Duke is Duke. I'll give you that. But this James Madison team just knows how to win. They know how to play. They're 11-8-1 ATS away from home this year. 19-14-1 overall. Duke is 19-13-1 overall. But they only covered once in their last 3 games. Lost to Carolina, lost to NC State. They beat Vermont by 17 points. But this team won and covered against Wisconsin, won and covered against Arkansas State to punch their ticket. They've lost 1 game they've lost 3 games all year in 2024. Lost to Southern Miss on the 6th of January. They lost to App State by 4 on the 13th, and they lost to App State on the road on the 27th of January. That's the last time this team lost. Now, look it, Duke could very well win the game, but I think they're in for a darn dogfight. JMU plus 7.5 on my bracket. I took JMU to win to beat Duke. Coming back and sprinkle money line. Take JMU on the money line, but officially we're taking JMU plus 7.5 up against Duke. All right? So 3 plays you can make if you want personally. Okay? 3 plays. Well, really 4 plays, actually. 4 plays you can make personally if you would like. Avalanche in regulation against the Pittsburgh Penguins today, minus 160. Grand Canyon money line. Grand Canyon, Alabama over. And then James Madison money line against Duke. Official plays, Grand Canyon plus 6, JMU plus 7.5 against Duke, Baylor minus 4.5 in their game up against Clemson. 3 official plays. If we go 2-1, winning week. If we go 1-2, flat week. We go 0-3, losing week. Rides on Sunday again. Let's see how we do today. Hopefully we put together a 3rd straight winning day and get a winning week out of this one here in the month of March. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning. Daily Juice Podcast always being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.